It's much too early, or it's far too late. Maybe I'm too old now, I'm just afraid that you'll walk away. You're across the room from me, but it's an ocean wide, and the current's pulling us, dragging me aside. Or you're a constellation, and I'm just a star, blinking in the universe, but you'll never notice me at all. Just believe me, even if the words don't come out, they're here inside my head, stuck inside my mouth.
You tell me you love me, you kiss and you hug me, have some fun. I give you a smile, hang around for a while, getting it on. And I don't really show it, but you're the only one that breaks my walls. Now baby I'm all for it, and every time that I pick up the phone, I love it when you say my name. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you. I love it when you. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you. I love it when you. You figure me out, all the things I'm about, nothing to hide. I'll take any chance to get close as we dance, let you decide. Yeah, and I don't really show it, but you're the only one that breaks my walls. Now baby I'm all for it, and every time that I pick up the phone, I love it when you say my name. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you. I love it when you. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you say my name. I love it when you. I love it when you.
Been on my own for the longest time, and the pressure takes its toll. Been on this road for the longest ride, and I'm tired of being alone. Lift me up, take my hand, no more solo rolling, only love unfolding, 'cause you understand that we need each other to get by.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Mini RPG of the Week. As usual, I say kind of. It's not always usual, but I am here nonetheless. It's me, Duels. Joining me for this week's 16th Tower for what is edition 11 of Season 4. How are you feeling, Dylan?
Yeah, good. I thought you were going to say, as usual, I'm here.
Yeah, as usual, Dylan is here.
My second appearance in Season 4,
usual.
I think, so it's pretty normal. 2 out of 11. That's what we call kind of the average appearance rate. So.
I mean, Season 3 that was your season, Dylan. You know?
Yeah, Season 3, I was probably on that more than you.
Quite possibly,
definitely
honestly. We'll go back and check the tapes and figure that out. But we should be getting into this week's map then sooner rather than later. Looking forward to this one. I believe we're probably doing the new mode, but I don't actually know for sure. We did do it last week and it worked, which is why I'm optimistic that we'll get it again this week.
I've definitely had big promises in the past of seeing this new mode. I've yet to actually see it in action, so you can teach the viewers and me exactly how it's different from the previous mode that we were operating.
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward, Dylan. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward is the good news. It mostly is the danger zone. What it does, and we've kind of figured this out watching it through last week, is it turns each round into kind of a sub-match. If you're in the bottom 16 of one of our early rounds, then all of a sudden you are playing in a match of 16 players in the next match for your life. And also everyone else is still playing nearby. Deployer, did you say we were switching scenes there? It's only because I noticed we're still on the casters' faces. I wasn't really paying attention. That's perfect. No, that's fine. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, no, let's go.
We're not going to be watching gameplay this week. I thought it was just going to be face cam on me and you, but apparently not. We've got a lovely little map in front of us here. This map, Alex is going to tell us its name.
It's Floating Village, and the mapper is TimeAttack, and this is the GPS from Tim that we are watching as well. And right now, Dylan, would you say, is this a floating village? I'm noticing a lot of chains around the place and kind of digging the style so far.
I'm noticing floating. There's a couple of houses. That could be a village. It might be more of a hamlet, in my professional opinion. We might need to get like a city ordnance inspector or something in. But we could count it as a village.
Yeah. Where is the music from, and what are the regulations specifically in their country? We're going to need to get on that. This is pretty dank so far.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
I'm kind of a big fan right now. That middle section with the roof hit into backwards driving, into the bounce off the back wall, forward again. A couple of other roof hits, safe ways, risky ways, and this, a very, very risky finish.
Yeah, that's fun. That is...
Oh boy.
What is that? Like you got to go into the reverse kind of... It's like the back half of a spiral, and then you just got to hope the bounce works out for you, I guess.
Yep. I mean, looks like it could be done consistently, right? And that's truly the important thing, but definitely looks super cool. The music playing around a lot with verticality in this level, and changes of direction with that. A lot of plastic bounces as well. Hopefully, all of the plastic bounces end up being pretty consistent for the players, because would definitely make this map a lot more difficult to play if one of those turns out to be less consistent than you'd hope.
Yeah, definitely. It does, hopefully that will be true. It looks like there are kind of, definitely like at the end there where you've got that bounce, there is the easier route. So, I mean, hopefully it's consistent so we can see some cool play from the players. But if it's not, they do at least have that kind of easy route that they can bail out on as well.
Gonna have to make decisions quickly though, because even in the middle of the map there, as we saw from Neko Glacia, if you decide to try and commit for that top route, the hard route in that section, and miss, life's difficult. And even on this first one, if you are going for the hard route, and for this very first kind of, after this first turn to the right, it's not a particularly hard route, but it is precision driving, and you're trying to take it with a lot of speed if that's the way you're going, and it is going to be deceptively a little bit hard to actually get down around that pole, set up for this next turn, and definitely quicker. But like, life is a lot easier if you're taking that easy route.
Well, I guess I'll ask you this. This is kind of about the new elimination mode. Obviously, in the previous mode that was used in kind of the past seasons of Mini RPG of the Week, it was definitely a case where, especially in the early rounds of the competition, you were safe to just kind of go easy routes if you wanted to. With the meta having now changed a little bit, with the kind of danger zones that mean like kind of one bad round puts you in a little bit more danger than it used to, does that mean we're seeing people kind of relying on those easy routes less? Are they less reliable now?
Well, here's the thing, is the one bad round actually kind of most of the time puts you in less danger than it did before, right? Because you're...
Yes. Yes and no. I guess, like, if it's a bad round that puts you, like, in the bottom 4, last time that completely eliminated you, this time it doesn't. But if it's a bad round that puts, say, a player who's normally finishing in the top 5 or the top 10, if it puts them in the bottom 5 or the bottom 10, now suddenly they're in a lot more danger than they would have been if this was a race in Season 3.
For sure. I think what we're going to be seeing, and what we have been seeing, is maybe some of the top players actually, if anything, getting a little bit more aggressive at times, because you have that one safety round. If you're going for a risky route, if you're really pushing times and trying to secure a consistent time for later on that's as quick as possible, then, you know, you have a round that's a freebie at any given point. And honestly, you get more than one round that's a freebie, as long as you can reset your danger zone after that by not being in the bottom half of that danger zone round the following round and not close to the danger zone. Then all of a sudden, you know, you're straight back to pushing, and you're safe to keep pushing for a while longer, you know. And that's I think something that I hope we see players continue to adapt to, and definitely kind of take that to heart, that it's totally fine to be aggressive early on, as long as you do also have the ability to drive the map quickly and relatively safely after that. Because if all you know is pure risk, and then you're in the danger zone early on, and all you have is the risky route, and you crash again, one bad round can become 2 bad rounds very quickly, and that is genuinely the risk if you are risking it all every round.
Definitely. We are seeing Yannick's here kind of getting to grips with aspects of the map. Looks like he's kind of trying to nail exactly how much speed you have or you need to have going into this pipe here, which is coming up just kind of after, is it the 2nd or the 3rd checkpoint? I'm not sure exactly, but yeah.
Dylan, quick look the bottom right of your screen. Dylan, we have new features available on the broadcast.
Chat integration.
Oh my god.
Now look, was it integrated about 5 minutes after the message was actually sent in chat? Yes, but...
Sure. Well, no, it's not every message is integrated. There is a manual element here. We're not just going to put up anything that anyone says, because, listen, you know, it's the internet.
Yeah, and the buzzing chat we get on Mini RPG of the Week, it would be dangerous to let that go unleashed.
It popped off last week, okay? Mostly, I think Marina came here to talk about how much she wasn't enjoying the map at times, which... Okay, potentially skill issue, but we won't bring that up. And
listen, that's one of my favorite things to see on Mini RPG of the Week, is players talking shit about the map.
I think they're going to struggle this week. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It does look like it flows very nicely if you do get it. This middle section in particular flows beautifully if you carry the speed, get onto that top platform, and then down into the middle. From here onwards as well, if this flows as nicely as it looks like it should, if players can continue to nail that, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think so, yeah. It definitely, I mean, we kind of saw it at the start with the GPS. It's a map that looks really good in motion once the players are comfortable and kind of just know what they're doing with it. Obviously, we're not really seeing a lot of that now. People are getting to grips with the map. We're still kind of in our pre-warm-up. But I think we're definitely going to see some nice kind of smooth driving and some players who are able to carry the speed they need through when we get into the actual rounds this evening.
It is also important, I think, to mention, Dylan, at this point, that one of the major changes that was made between the last format and this format is that players do need to finish a run in warm-up in order to qualify. It is,
interesting.
You know, your qualification run, it's just making sure, yes, you're here, you have hands, and you didn't join in the last 20 seconds, maybe, right?
So, is that they need to finish a run here, or they need to finish a run
No, they just need to finish a run in this 15-minute warm-up period at some point.
In this period, okay.
Anytime. Doesn't matter how fast it is, as long as you get that car across the finish line, having gone through 11 checkpoints beforehand, you will be qualified. It's really not a skill check. It's literally just it's a pulse check.
Have you seen much of like a culling from that? Were there a lot of people who were getting caught up on it?
I don't think, if there was, I don't think we noticed, because most people are joining with 15 minutes, and in those 15 minutes, people who care finish a run at some point. Here we go. Scandier actually going for this, and I mean, hey, that's the risky fit. That works.
Scandier going for the risky fin. Not surprising to see.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Good to see Scandier still competing. yeah, when I was talking earlier about, it's going to be nice to see some players really kind of getting smooth on the track, carrying their speed through, probably Scandir is doing that already. I mean, we're kind of seeing him now. He seems to be doing a pretty good job of it so far.
Yeah, currently doesn't have the best time on the server, which is unusual, but maybe this is the run then. Currently about 7 thousandths behind Ice's best time. Both
Not
of them
too far
have
off.
smashed the author time, which is a 106 point something. It's a 106.640 up there in the top of your screens is the author time. So they're doing fine.
It'll be interesting to see, I love kind of on Mini RPG of the Week when an author time gets smashed this early, because it means like there's a lot of room for that to be lowered even more as we go through the rounds tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And at this point as well, Scandir has the side
Feels pretty
flip.
comfortable
It still
with that
works.
risky fin there.
It still works. That's looking good. I enjoy
Yeah.
that a lot. Scandir is currently closing in rapidly on the most winning players of all time in Mini RPG of the Week, despite the fact that he really wasn't playing much until about halfway through Season 3.
Yeah.
Yannick and Hazard still have 10 editions each. They have won 20 Mini RPG of the Week between them.
Very
we are
nice.
this is Mini RPG of the Week number 86. I know we break it
86,
down
that's
into
crazy.
seasons a lot of the time, but this is number 86. 87 if you count the Week 0 test edition. Yannick and Hazard been playing since the start, basically. They are now 86 weeks-ish. They haven't played all those weeks, but they are deep, deep into their Mini RPG of the Week careers.
Definitely.
Scandir, with kind of nearly a full season under his belt, 7 wins. So,
He's kind of just built different. I mean,
it's a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
And with that, also, I believe he did win last week. I'd have to go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure he won last week. It's usually a safe bet. Scandir has
definitely-
caught up to Marius. Is currently tied for 4th place, 1 win behind Ice. And as we've noted here as well, Dylan, Ice did have the best time on the server for a brief moment there, currently in the top 5. It would be a great time to try and hold off this Scandir charge for the top 3.
but I mean, Scandir has now come out ahead of Ice. But is that Morph P? Has
Morpio?
come out ahead of Scandir. So Scandir might have a bit of competition. Morph P.
Morpio.
Morpio? Yeah. I'm getting a bad. I'm not good at seeing today, unfortunately. So.
These things happen.
Morpio, yeah, that's what that says if you read the letters in the order that they're in. Has Morpio kind of been a racer we've seen on the rise in Season 4? It's not a name I recognize as having seen so far.
I'm going to level with you. It's been hard for anyone to rise in Season 4. This is edition number 11. Out of the 10 previous ones, Scandir has a 50% win rate in Season 4.
I was literally going to say, like, it feels like Scandir, genuinely, it's like flip a coin. If Scandir's playing, he's going to win. He's that good.
Exactly it, yeah. So we are currently, this is the week where we figure out if Scandir is slightly better than winning 50% of the time or slightly worse. You know?
Oh, a lot's riding on it.
Does Scandir become a major shareholder, the majority shareholder in Mini RPG of the Week Season 4, and get greater than 50% of the vote?
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. And, I mean, look, if we're being honest, probably what'll happen is Scandir will win. But it is exciting as we do hit the end of our warm-up, Dylan. As you point out, Morpio at the top of the leaderboard. Best time so far.
Yeah. Might challenge Scandir for his... not his throne, but he might weight that coin a little bit against Scandir's favor rather than in it. Interesting to see how it'll play out. Other kind of top racers as we head to the end of our warm-up. We've got Sidzer, Worker, Marius, Lucario, Ice, Seafill. Kind of classic big Mini RPG of the Week names. Players you would expect to see doing pretty good. Some of them could provide some competition for Scandir tonight as well.
Yeah, and Ice showing us that right at the end there, this track is going to be tough. When players push, when the precision needs to be there in tight rounds, it is going to be a little bit tough for some of these guys. Looking forward to seeing how it does play out. 70 players in server. No one will be eliminated in this round. However, the bottom 16 players, plus maybe a little bit more if we get a couple of DNFs, if we get some players not getting across the line in time, will head into the danger zone. They'll head into the cage, Dylan. And in the cage, we will make them battle and eliminate half of them.
What sort of weapons they get in the cage, Alex?
Are we talking just like, maybe it's just a full Hunger Games type situation where we just kind of throw a bunch of things in there and see who comes out on top.
Little cornucopia in the center for them.
Very funny that was the word chosen in the Hunger Games.
Why is that so funny?
It's just, I mean, just a funny word. And also, when I hear the word cornucopia, I do just think like small shell of gold on a table somewhere, you know?
I guess, yeah. Liffy in chat asking what's happening. We're currently in our first round, Liffy, so no eliminations right now, but we are establishing the members of the danger zone. You can see some of the top racers tonight have already finished out this first round. Marius got it with the risky finish just there. Kalaski right now coming in close to the ending as well. Be interesting to see with a player like Kalaski who's kind of towards the back of the pack, whether he's going to go for the safe or the risky fin. Still going for it. Let's see how it goes for him. Not too badly. He's in the danger zone, but he did make it.
Yeah. Just about made it across the line, and Toshi-san...
Unfortunately, can't see the same, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a crash. Wait, it might still work? Bounce?
No.
Bounce. Gotta land on your roof on that plastic in order to get the bounce. That will be Toshi-san heading into the danger zone for the next round. And in the danger zone, players who start in it are essentially in a sub-match of their own for the next round. If you start the round with an orange name on the back of your car, you need to be better than half of the other players in it. And that is those players turning orange at the moment.
Look at this beautiful new UI. Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm happy to see it.
There's already some decent names in here. Zeeks and Sapphire both dropping directly into the danger zone.
Yeah.
And these 16 players, 8 of them, will be eliminated at the end of this round. It doesn't matter where everyone else finishes. They are just racing each other. And the best news is, Dylan, the UI continues because we can just divide these guys out on the scoreboard over on the left, and you will know exactly who they are racing.
We've got production value on this shit now, guys. Why,
long enough.
They spent so much on this new UI. That's why I haven't been on season 4 so much. They haven't been able to afford my fee to get me on the stream.
Yeah.
Liffy, we got you in chat. I wish this started at 8 p.m. Just move to France. It's that easy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. We are kind of seeing now how this danger zone is playing out a little bit. Toshi having a little trouble here with this kind of checkpoint. Not exactly where you want to be having trouble, especially when you are in that danger zone. But Toshi is kind of one of the players who's in the danger zone of the danger zone as well. Flying, he's right out of that danger zone. He's in the top 8 of the bottom 16, which puts him safe from elimination. And he's actually not even in the bottom 16 this round at all. So he might have just had a bit of a bad round last time. Shadow Mirror, though, close.
It's a very tight battle down here at the bottom. That's a slide out from Shadow Mirror on the plastic. Looking for the bug slide, didn't get it. Loses out to Shigaun. That will rearrange as we get there, but still the speed. They are looking to lock in a couple of places. They have overtaken at least one player, but that's a reset. There's Toshi-san, who is another player in this battle at the moment to stay alive. Just about enough speed for Shadow Mirror, but we are coming up to the end. We saw Toshi-san in the previous round struggle with this. So will Shadow Mirror. I think both of them are going to have to reset. Toshi-san, did he? Shigaun definitely did.
It looks
Shadow
like it's
Mirror is going to miss again. Shigaun bounces through, and I think that was Shigaun finishing in 63rd.
Yeah.
I think so. Shadow
Mirror has it? Yeah, but...
Yeah, 64th. One place behind. That really did just come down to who could actually secure the finish in the end.
Yeah. So we're seeing these players in grey. They're the ones who are not continuing, is it?
That is correct. They have been
out of the danger zone.
And now the new players who are in orange again. So we'll see, for example, Shigaun, despite staying alive, did finish in the positions that are our danger zone for the next round again. So we'll still be in the danger zone. And of course, we have, I believe, just 8 players already in the danger zone. So we're already down to the 8 players in danger zone for eliminations. It's just an 8-player match at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. It's also interesting to see Morpheo here. We're going to follow for a little bit of this round, if nothing else, and Yannick's as well. We're seeing how players at the top are doing a little bit. Yannick's kind of hanging out with the pack right now in this round, but definitely has kind of put in some time, although hanging actually kind of dangerously close to the back of the pack in 43rd. Not too dangerous, but maybe lower than you might expect to see him. Still doesn't seem to be falling behind too far. We got Jaxi here. Jaxi, unfortunately, is in our danger zone and is in the spot in the danger zone you do not want to be in right now as well.
Yeah, banger message there from Nightbot as well, just going off screen, and we
thought it
really
was shit.
appreciate that one. Well, kind of rude of you, maybe a little bit. Jaxie is going to at least get the turnaround cleanly. We do see a Stala just in front, Buster just in front of them as well. And those are players who are in the danger zone, and Buster has dropped back behind. So Jaxie maybe with a chance to catch up here. Who was that sliding out? Wasn't Jaxie. I think that was someone not in the danger zone. Irrelevant to our current battle.
We don't care.
Fighting for their life. Buster overtaken as well. How far away is the Stala? That's going to be a reset for Buster. Maybe out of the running at this point. Jaxie with a slowdown though as well. Scrime is heading for the risky Finn. Jaxie looks like they've got it. Will they manage an overtake on anyone? Yeah. Yes, they will. A Stalit and Scrime neither finished. A Stalit got across the line in 57th, and Buster finished. What was that? 9/10 behind.
Yeah, just not enough.
Yeah. Jordan, listen, their exercise will happen. There's currently a match happening.
Yeah, Jordan, you're kind of about 3 years behind on the meta of what Alex's channel does.
I will do these push-ups. Dylan, will you join me in doing some push-ups?
Yeah, once you finish Final Fantasy X, I'll do the push-ups with you.
Oh, that's fair enough. I'm going to do them just when we're back on camera. That seems fair, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a while. There's 57 players remaining.
I've got an email from my internet service provider. It says there's going to be scheduled maintenance at 8 o'clock, so
Actually,
I won't be able to join in those push-ups.
My uncle works at your service provider, and he said that it's fine. So.
Oh, cool. Okay. I've just got a message from my doctor. He says I've got a scheduled heart attack at 8 o'clock. So
oh, that's crazy.
I won't be able to take part in those push-ups, unfortunately.
Well, fair enough. It was a 200 plus BPM heart moment for Jaxie in the last round. I don't think it's getting any better right now, unfortunately. There are only 7 players in the danger zone, so someone did just leave at some point, but that's fine. And a Stalit will rejoin them back down here as well. Bayron, we saw crashing out in the last round, has joined them too. And Trem and TM Kowalski. Is that... I'm just going to assume that's a Mike Kowalski reference, even though it's spelled differently. Kowalski? Maybe, listen.
Kowalski?
Either way,
yeah.
Kowalski in the danger zone at the moment. Kowalski, that's not Monsters Inc. That's Madagascar. It's the penguin, right?
Yeah, Kowalski is one of the penguins. What is it? Skipper, Private, Kowalski, or something
Sarge?
like Kowalski. Who's the one who eats stuff? He's always like pulling stuff out of his mouth. I don't know. I didn't watch that cartoon that much.
Well,
in my head, one of them is called Eddie, which I definitely don't think.
I think one of them is called Sarge.
It could be a Sarge, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jaxie stays alive. Roro Biceps stays alive as well. Roro Biceps had a pretty deep run last week as well, so looking to stay alive here. And Bayron did recover back up to 30th place in this one. We haven't seen any really brutal elimination rounds just yet, you know, with multiple players who are capable of getting very high up the leaderboard, because that does happen. We got pretty early on
what are you
last
saying about
week.
Kowalski here?
Kowalski? It's fine. Don't worry. Oh, Rico. Rico. Yeah. But last week, pretty early on, we did end up seeing some players who... We saw elimination rounds with like 30 players left, and 11th place was getting eliminated. It got messy real quick. It got very, very tough in some of those rounds. And I don't think it's going to be too long before we start to see something a little bit tough. Even this first turn, even this first jump, causing some problems for players. Again, it's that precision it needed, and pushing at full speed through precision, it's an easy way to clip a wheel.
Yeah, definitely. I think kind of what you're talking about with sort of the precision you need to carry through a lot of these turns, and the way a lot of them kind of have like a little bit of a railing or something like that on the side, it does mean that we're seeing these cases where people are just unfortunately clipping, and that can maybe cost them the danger zone. They can knock them right into it, you know?
Artis will clip. Not going to be in a struggle, but will mean Scandier uncontested at the front. And yeah, it's those wheel clips, they'll catch you this turn. Might catch some players later on, but up here at the top, everyone nailing that bug slide. Artis, despite a pretty big mistake, holding on to 4th place, and I think going to show just how much time there is to be gained on this map from driving alone. Even with 2 mistakes from Artis now. It's still going to be an okay finish. We'll get to see the safe fin. It's slower. Scandier also going safe fin on that one. No, he wasn't. He was just dropping down.
Interesting to see. Yeah.
No, he was just dropping down from the risky fin into it. He was so far ahead.
I even just meant like interesting to see Artis going for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe shows he's not entirely comfortable with that safer or with the riskier finish. Might be an issue in later rounds. Maybe he was just feeling himself. We don't know. Something to watch.
Yeah, and also something we probably need to add more loudly in the server. I can't remember how many places it's been said. It's been said some places. Don't DNF your round, even if you're very far behind in guaranteed danger zone. It will automatically kick you. That is an automatic lose.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
we're seeing a couple of people in chat. Unfortunately, guys, you'll know for next week.
Good luck good luck in esports.
Interesting to see there, as the results were coming in, Yannick's only one space removed from the danger zone, combined with when we were kind of writing on his perspective earlier this evening, he was kind of close to that sort of 40s place as well. Might mean Yannick's is struggling a bit with our map this week.
This is also a pretty stacked danger zone round.
Yeah.
This cage match is about to get bloody because you can already see it there. Lucario is up in 17th. Dargan is in 25th. There's still 50 players left. Top half is kind of looking like it might be necessary. At the very least, kind of 10 to 15 places away. With that said, though, they are all dropping back down the order, so maybe not.
All except Lucario. Lucario seems pretty safe up in the top 10.
Lucario's doing okay at the moment, I think. And maybe afford a mistake or two. 6 places clear of anyone else, or 6 seconds clear of anyone else in the danger zone at the moment.
Yeah. Manjmal Bole, though, DNF'd. Unfortunate. Manjmal wasn't doing too badly either. He's going to be one of the players we are losing this round. Also at risk right now, Roro, Biceps, Sapphire, Flying, and Jam, who is just out of that danger zone, but still pretty close to it, as is Yal.
Sapphire gaining, overtaking one player, but that doesn't matter. That player being Jaxi. And Sapphire is hoping for someone to make a mistake in front. Has anyone clean finished? But no. Roro Biceps in 39th is the last player safe. Darrigan, Sapphire, Flying Jane, Manchmalabole will be eliminated this round, and a few more players are heading back to the danger zone.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Artis and Scandier and Area up in the top 3. And unfortunately, down here close to the bottom and in the danger zone is Flying J. Going for the risky fin, even that can't save him at this point. Doesn't do too badly, but even though he pulls it off, it's not going to carry him through. So we're seeing kind of the results come in again. A couple of players out of the danger zone and safe. Daxi, unfortunately, hopping right back into it. Yog and Jam, though, who were in it the last round, they have managed to keep themselves out for at least one round more.
And Marius.
Yes.
Interesting. Well,
yeah.
If you want to see if maybe just playing it safe and taking safe routes do it, if that is the play, well, then we're going to see. Because if Marius doesn't take the safe routes when he's in a danger zone match, I don't think anyone is going to be doing that on this map in particular. Everyone in matching cars right now? I think the server's playing a little bit of a joke on us. A little bit of a trick.
I think there's just this powerful fashion trend in Mini RPG of the week, right?
Everyone got on their matching skins. Apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. And,
Marius not doing too bad. Winos in the bottom 8 as well. Also doing pretty good. Staying not in the top 10, but just on the cusp of it. Definitely enough to keep them out of the danger zone that they put themselves in last round. Looks like they're going to be pretty safe from that elimination.
This is what I was talking about a couple of rounds ago, though, Dylan, right? Like, these stacked matches where you're just like, you need to be inside the top half of players, never mind the top half of the danger zone, to stay alive in this round if your name is Orange. Yeah,
it definitely puts a lot of pressure, and pressure makes diamonds, but it also sometimes makes for bad decisions, and that makes for interesting viewing.
Oh, no! Yep, Orange Jules will have gone for risky misses and hoping for a mistake, but Aziris sneaks in. Shinex, I think, also made a mistake on that risky fin and will be eliminated in this round. Shinex, Orange Jules, Swiss goalie, and unfortunately Jaxi 2 are going to be heading home after this round. But look, a particularly brutal round. There was a lot of pressure on them at that finish to try and nail it. They had to go for the risky because they really were all pushing each other.
Yeah, and especially when you're in the danger zone and you look at the other people who are in it, you see a name like Marius, that means that it's not a danger zone of 8 for you, it's probably a danger zone of 7, right? You know?
Yeah, and I mean, you can, I think, include Enos in that as well. Roro Biceps, as I said,
Yeah.
made a deep run last week. Like, that was just, all of a sudden, there's 3 very good players up at the top of that danger zone who can put themselves in a top 15 this week. Probably all of them have the potential to go top 10, and you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just the Ralph Wiggum from The Simpsons. I'm in danger.
yeah, absolutely. And here we go. How stacked is this one? Well, decently, once again, I would say. 3 players from loading in this one as well. Varus, Jam, and Flo have all joined. Kiraj did have to watch Zeke go out, the teammate from the Frontiers Mapping Club. Maybe trying to pull this one off. But if there's a man who knows a mini RPG or his way around an RPG track, you'd have to hope at this point it's Kiraj.
Hopefully. Unfortunately, doesn't seem to know his way around the danger zone. He's staying in the bottom half of it. But there does seem to be a bit of a climb happening. It looks like him and Branko are in a bit of a competition right now to see who will be in that top spot of the bottom of the danger zone. 24th and 25th position. Jam as well, not too far off in 28th. He could come in with a last minute upset, especially if we see a reset or an issue with that risky fin at the end, which certainly wouldn't be unpredicted on a map like we have tonight. Jam not doing too badly though.
Kiraj is gone.
Yeah. Exactly kind of what I was saying Jam needed. Kiraj got that reset. That was enough to pull Jam into the top 4. Branko has been knocked back as well. And it looks like both of them, unless they get very lucky, are going to have real trouble carrying through to the next round. No. That's Kiraj and Branko eliminated.
Well, 8 players enter. 3 of them are from Team Loading. And all 3 of the Team Loading players managed to take up the top 4 spots. So they will survive hand in hand as a team. They advance to the next round. And it'll be Kiraj dropping out alongside Branko and Pokeu, and there was also a 4th player as well. Edixoff is the 4th player to be eliminated in this round. Tough round. Tough elimination rounds. Once again, 8th place up at the top of this danger zone.
Yeah, it's you don't just got to be good in the danger zone. I like that the way it's constructed. It's not just like you got to be good with like who's at the bottom of the leaderboard for tonight. You've got to be good with whoever had a bad race last time. And that could be anyone, right? Like,
it
think
it adds
probably
these very spiky moments of drama for players, right? Like, because you had
probably
a bad round, but adrenaline. You're not immediately out. Oh,
Seafill, unfortunately, in our danger zone right now.
Seafill is immediately out. That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. He's in the true danger zone. The danger zone where, you're done. Seafill does have a certain skill for discovering skips and cuts. It does not look like there is one in this map, but if Seafill was ever going to find one, now would be the time to do it.
I mean, might be gaining a little bit. Has caught kind of close to his ears. Drops is going pretty slowly, and so is Bo. Seafill?
Yeah, Seafill shoots ahead of them. Sherlock's now got to watch out because Seafill's coming for him.
Seafill is so back. Many people are saying this. And within 4 attempts now of getting back, despite 2 respawns at the start line, or maybe 1 respawn on another crash, still limping to the 2nd checkpoint, doing decently, now up into 23rd place. What a recovery drive from Seafill. Only just safe for the moment, though. A couple of tenths in front of Drops as we round the last couple of corners. That's who he's racing. That's who he needs to stay in front of. It will come down to this risky fin. That looks clean.
He looks clean.
Seafill has made the recovery. 20th place. I am unconvinced that Seafill should still be alive.
Drops in only seconds after Seafill as well. That is a very, very nice recovery for Seafill, and it's pretty heartbreaking for Drops as well to go out like that.
Yeah, legit. It was, I mean, there's places that you can lose time all over. No, that'd be heartbreaking if you had any chance of staying in.
If this mattered at all, that would have mattered.
Yep. Deployer, what was the time that was set in that last round? 103.843 by Scandir. Is that what I just saw? Because that's dumb.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
We are really blowing past that, what was it, 106?
Yeah. Yep. 106.640 was the author time on this map. I say was because it is truly dead and buried. May it rest in peace at this point. Nearly
It's
2
as bad
seconds
as we
gone.
thought Seaville was.
Yeah, and it does partly, I think, come down to as well what we were kind of seeing there. There are places all over this map where you can lose a little bit of time. That's kind of what happened to Drops, losing on that middle jump, catching the back wheels on it. But due to the kind of precision nature, this transitional, flowy nature as well, there are so many places that you can gain time to. And that is the kind of map that Scandir excels on. His ability to ramp cut at every single opportunity is kind of legendary.
I do want to maybe dispute the idea that like that's the only type of map that Scandir excels on.
This
He's
is
pretty
true.
good everywhere you put him.
It was specifically, I think, last week as well. There was some ramp cut he was doing near the end of the map that was insane, and nobody else was doing it, and it was completely unnecessary. And gaining him like maybe half a tenth to a tenth at the very end of the track when he was usually already a few tenths ahead of people. But like, you're just like, that's just, it's so good. Like, it's so good.
Yeah. Speaking of good, we got some good players in our bottom 8, and some of them in kind of the dangerous bottom section of that bottom 8. Sidzer and Yogg in particular, Jam too. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to recover from that position they're in. Looks like all 4 of them are going to be eliminated, so another pretty tough round. Artis was in that danger zone as well. Seems to have come out of it pretty safe. And Ice kind of locking himself into the bottom 8, unfortunately, right now as well for the next round.
Gonna be spicy. I saw
it's gonna be a spicy
Golly
one.
yet. Lucario back here as well. We've seen him get a top 10
Yeah.
finish. Enos Worker. Oh boy. Oh dear.
This is going to be interesting. Okay.
Oh Jesus.
This is now a
Okay.
top 8 where you potentially need to be in like the top 15 if you don't want to be eliminated.
I think you need to be top 10, honestly.
Yeah, you might honestly, yeah.
It's going to be tough out there right now, and maybe someone will come down to start. Were there any big mistakes? Vikenty, it looks like, may have dropped behind early on. Draco as well. Goliath, nice, still in the mix. In fact, I say they've dropped behind. Everyone's still within a few tenths. Does that last to the second checkpoint? It kind of does. Still less than a second separating this cage match.
Yeah, it's very tight. Varus kind of fighting for his life a little bit to catch up a bit. The gap is starting to build up, although Ice was pushed back a little from 9th to 13th. Varus getting up to 16th. Anything could still happen. It's interesting to see. We have kind of got that separation where Worker, Lucario, Ice, Wynos, they're kind of staying up in the top. Kind of the names you might expect to see. And then Varus and Dracophone, I don't know. They are in the back. 2 DNFs in that bottom 4. So unless Varus can pull out, and he is really kind of been riding Ice the entire match, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here.
Looks like Ice does hold on. 9th place versus 10th place.
Yeah.
10th place wasn't enough. We said you were going to
By
have to get top 10.
0.15 of a
Varus
second.
got top 10.
Yeah, 10
and
place
it
was not enough. That is brutal.
That's a rough round. Worker got second. Oh dear. I love this format so goddamn much. It doesn't get better from here. Like, we're starting to enter the point, Dylan, where very much every danger zone is going to start to be like this. Where you're just like, yeah, it's pretty goddamn
I mean, now we got
rough.
Hazard in the danger zone, right? Yeah, we're consistently seeing not the same top players consistently, but we're definitely consistently seeing top players being in that danger zone, which creates for some very, very interesting confrontations.
Yep.
Hazard, one of those top players, he's staying pretty safe in that top 4 right now, but I mean, even if you look at the names in the bottom 4, Pun Pun especially in 12th place, it's not enough to keep you safe. You have got to be nearly kind of top 5 if you want to be safe now that you're in the danger zone.
Yeah.
So if you mess up once, you got to have a high skill level to recover from that.
My eyes as well are on Bayron here, who at the moment is a long way from safety, about 4 seconds away from where he needs to be, but has survived 3 or 4 other danger zones so far in this match. Has been doing a really good job of staying alive. It is looking at this point like that run might be coming to an end, as Hazard just needs to keep it clean to the finish line now to lock in the last place. Jet Dark Titan is holding on. Hazard has stayed alive. Jet Dark Titan, I believe, got across the line as well, just a little bit slower. And Flo in 11th place is the first player eliminated.
Sad to see him go. Alpha as well gets the risky fin, but it's the risky fin in not a safe position right at the bottom of that danger zone. Won't be carried through to the next round.
Yeah.
We're down to, what is it now? We're in the top 18 or 17? We're in the top 20. Marius, Lucario, Worker, Seafill. A lot of these top names going in right now. Seafill managed to pull off a pretty good recovery last time. Let's see how they do in this kind of one that we're seeing right now.
Oh, I mean, you saw it in chat, Lucario with the oh no, and I think that is just about the only acceptable reaction to this. This is our last round of 8 players being in the danger zone. After this, only 4 players in the danger zone from here until we drop down to 2. So this is probably the most brutal that it is going to get right now.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine it getting more brutal than this, if only because after this, there's not even going to be that many players left for it to be that brutal, right? We're going to see some upsets this round, I think.
Yeah.
Lucario and Worker seem to have gotten themselves into a pretty safe spot. Marius, though, kind of battling it out with Heyo right now, who we are watching for who is going to carry it through. It's interesting to see. It is neck and neck. Marius is managing to just keep it ahead, but Hayom is really putting the pressure on. No idea if I'm saying that name right at all. I cannot see what comes after that end. It could be anything.
Hayom ... and looking for a finish. Dazzle just in front. It looks good from Hayom. It's close to Dazzle. It's not close enough. The difference was 2/10. And it will be Hayom dropping out. Seafill Tunics gone as well. And here we go into our top 16 players. Only 4 players. This is just a pretty normal round of, competitive Trackmania now. 4 players. Just try and beat 2 of them.
You just got to beat 2 people. It's less than you had to beat last time. But it could be a really challenging 2 people you have to beat. More like C fell off. We don't like to see that in chat, guys. Can we bully this guy in chat? We like to be nice to our players here, okay? So... You gave that guy mod privileges, Alex? Interesting.
Well,
interesting.
He
okay.
Forced them upon himself.
Revoke them. That's my tip.
Sure. Well, someone's moving very loud wheelie bins just outside my window, but I'm sure that's totally fine and it can't be picked up on. Is Jet Dark Titan a Psyche K reference? I think it might be.
I think you have genuinely said that on stream at least 2 previous times.
I don't think I have. I've only brought up Psyche K once, and I don't know if it was because of Jet Dark Titan. Maybe
you have multiple times brought up Psyche K just when I have been on this stream.
Well, okay, fair enough. This was a good show, and I like it. Jet Dark Titan is in 3rd, maybe not anymore. Dark 62 was in 2nd, now in 6th. The danger zone is dropping back towards Lucis, who might be in with a chance at the finish line to catch up to them. Dark 62 is clipped, and Lucis is through into
a nice recovery
in
there.
This danger zone, trying to hold on, will do so, and managing to overtake. It was that last wheel clip around the final corner from Dark that has sent them crashing out of this week's competition.
Unfortunate, as we kind of move down into our, is it bottom 14 now?
Bottom 14.
Bottom 14, and we're seeing our danger zone of the bottom 14. We were saying if there's 2 good players in that bottom 4, you're starting to worry, and now we've got Ice and Morpheo. Ice, of course, kind of one of our top players in Mini RPG of the Week. Morpheo, I'm not sure how they've done over the course of the map, but certainly heading out of the 15-minute warm-up period, they did have the fastest time. So if you are Pun or your area, you're feeling a little pressure right now. Not that either of those racers are not very talented at the game as well. As we can see with the way that Area is managing to stay ahead of Morpheo. Ice looking pretty safe in 3rd position. Area and Morpheo and Pun, they're all kind of hanging around 10th place. And even though Area has kind of pulled ahead the entire match right now in 6th place, any of them could jet ahead. It's hard to see exactly what'll happen.
Full-on Matrix moment there? I don't know. That backwards car camera as we looked at it upside down. It is close here. 6th and 7th Area and Morpheo. They'll swap places. It's 5th and 6th now. Area with the slight advantage and good speed from Area out of that as well. Pun is in 9th, trying to catch up. Morpheo just in front. Who was that crashing out?
I didn't see who it was.
Area.
It was not one of the players in our danger zone.
I think it was Area. No, it was not. It was not. We're fine. No, Area finishes in 5th.
Seems safe, yeah.
And it was 0.03 of a difference between them. as Morpio will be eliminated in 6th place. Very nice.
Sad.
Very clean.
Happens sometimes.
It's the best of us. This is
Yannick
oh dear.
and Artis now are in our
dear.
bottom 4. So
All right.
it just doesn't stop. There has been a high pressure danger zone basically the entire night.
Yeah, and like again, that just kind of happens, and especially at this point when we are down to 12 players remaining. Yeah, just gonna be like that because the 12 players that are remaining are all very good, all can drive very good times on this map. And it is just about managing to win in these high-pressure situations now, because you're going to end up in a danger zone eventually, unless possibly your name is Scandir, in which case you may keep your nose clean. In fact, Deployer, can we have a quick look at the scoreboard? We can see how many danger zones each player has been in. Is Scandir the only remaining player not to have been in a danger zone? Yes, he is.
Scandir's actually got negative danger zones. That's interesting.
Kind of impressive when you think about it. Meanwhile, in this danger zone, Dazzle has pulled away a little bit with Yannick's in the lead, now down to 2nd place behind Scandir. But there is a gap, a few tenths, nearly a second between Dazzle and Artis, and that is the gap that matters for this round and for the eliminations. But Dazzle slides out, and Artis will jump up after this. Dazzle is in the mud, dropping all the way down into last and DNFing. Artis just needs to hold off Jet Dark Titan.
Yeah, that's a rage quit. Artis, Jet Dark Titan right behind. Is Artis going to be safe on this risky fin? It looks like he is, and unfortunately, it's not enough for Jet Dark Titan to recover. Damn.
Yeah, Jet Dark Titan was sitting just behind Artis for a long time in that, and that included when they were, 2 seconds down and they needed to make up a lot of ground. But maybe didn't push as hard as he could have. Really needed to try and get the overtake on Artis, because it looked unlikely that up the front Yannick was ever going to be making a mistake, which meant there really was only ever one spot up for grabs. Yeah. And that overtake was necessary in order to get there.
What show is Dark Titan from? I think it's from Mini RPG of the Week. Stop me if I'm wrong,
sure.
But yeah, I think so.
I've seen it there before, for sure. A few times, actually, now that you mention it.
Jaxie's saying we got a new dangerous danger zone. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Looks pretty safe right now. Who's in it? Just Marius, Artis, Ice, and Luces? Whatever. That's fine.
Yeah. Important for Ice, though, because, again, if he drops out here and Scandir is still in, this is it. This is the chance for Scandir to tie Ice and tie for 3rd place all time on Mini RPG of the Week wins.
That'll bring Scandir's coming up to, 8 total wins if he gets
8 total
tonight?
wins, exactly.
Yeah, and a more than 50% win rate in season 4.
Season 4, yep.
Jesus.
Yannick, one of the players who also would like to beat Scandir tonight and kind of hold on to that lead. It would give Yannick's uncontested 1st place, is just give us a second here, because Marius is going slowly and Luces is overtaking Luces with the speed, and I think that's it. Marius eliminated, and it came down to the finish line.
Marius and Ice eliminated. Scandir, who was probably already breathing pretty easily, is just kind of chilling right now. There's a couple of players left he's got to watch out for, but it's getting less and less every round.
You know who's currently tied with Scandir for wins in all time?
Yeah.
Or no, sorry. No. It is currently Marius who is tied all time for Scandir with wins. So that was pretty exciting that Marius stays in. Hazard is one of the players tied with Yannick on 10 wins. These are 2 of the winningest players of all time. And they are
2 of our best players battling it out. One of them is going to be eliminated early.
One of them is getting 8th place here.
Yeah. One of them is not going to be happy in about a minute's time. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Hazard, as Scandir is managing to pull ahead. But Hazard is by no means a slouch, and by no means is letting Scandir run away with it. Currently rocking 3rd place of the remaining players. Unfortunately, couldn't do it last round, so does have that pressure on his neck. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's a heartbreaking clip. Unless Scandir clips now as well, Hazard is going home with 8th place, and Scandir is probably going home with 8 total wins in Mini RPG of the Week. Oh,
that's a mistake. It doesn't look like a 5-second mistake, which is what Hazard needs. So it was maybe a couple of seconds. I don't know if Scandir's gonna. Scandir might still win the round. Crazy. Just absurd. What the hell is going on? That doesn't make any sense. How much time had he gained over everyone else? What's going on? How has Scandir picked up 1st place? Unlucky Hazard, it will be 8th place, and Scandir looking to gain still on the rest of the field. Yannick's the only player with a better or equal win record all time to Scandir who can still deny him tonight.
There was an idea being thrown around in chat earlier that you know, if you win Mini RPG of the Week, you should be permanently banned. Broadly, I'm against that idea, but you look at a player like Scandir who can stumble and clip on a map and still comfortably finish in first place, and you start going, I don't know, maybe we need to bring in some relegation leagues or something.
I was going to say, have we considered, because that would obviously, banning people as soon as they win a week of Mini RPG of the Week, throw a massive wrench into our plans to invite the most winning players of all time to Mini RPG of the Week Ultimate. It's quite important that everyone isn't just tied on one for that. But maybe we do just, admins, can we just maybe give Scandir an invite, like a special one for himself, and just be like, you don't need to worry about it between now and then, man. Hey,
take a couple of weeks off, pal.
Hey, you're good, dude.
Send him 50 quid as well. He can go out for a dinner on a Wednesday night.
I mean, think about how many cheeseburgers you could buy from McDonald's on every Wednesday between now and Mini RPG of the Week Ultimate.
With 50 quid, like
5,
9, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I've not been to McDonald's in a long time. I assume inflation has got them as well. Scandir has, in the last 2 rounds, made that same mistake at the same point, jumping up onto that dirt, clipping the boulder on the inside. And it has allowed this time around Worker and Yannick to race to this finish line. Scandir, don't worry about him. He's still close by. Area is versus Yannick, though, and Yannick is going to hold on in second place.
Yeah.
Second and third will decide who finishes in 7th. That's the name of the game, baby. That's how Danger Zone goes. And unfortunately for Area, it will mean a 7th place finish.
A 7th place finish for Area, and then if we look down at our bottom 2, Scandir and Lucez going into the danger zone. Lucez, can we get a medic on standby for the heart attack they may be about to suffer from? Lucez has to race like their life depends on it if they want to continue with this competition tonight.
Very Starship Troopers moment, Dylan. Clancy Brown turning around and shouting medic at camera.
Oh, yeah. Can we get a exclamation mark bug in chat, please? If anyone is listening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure medic is one of the quotes they can pull, just because iconic. This has gone poorly for Lucis immediately. Honestly, also
pretty good description of Lucis's state of mind right now.
Yeah. I guess really all that remains to be seen is who is going to be in the danger zone for the next round. Right now, it's looking like Worker. It's looking like Lucario. You'd have to probably back Worker in that situation, but I mean, we're at the point top 5 where either of them could definitely take it.
Like, any of the players who we kind of have left right now, Lucis included, even though they did unfortunately have 2 bad rounds in a row, you could conceivably see any of them taking the win for the evening. It's probably going to go to Scandir, who does not seem to be feeling pressure, but...
Sorry. I'm just very excited.
It did it! And you got it yourself!
There are like 40 quotes in this bot from Starship Troopers, and the second one we rolled was medic.
Not bad.
Kind of insane. Like, kind of sick with it.
Yeah, Worker and Lucario, as you predicted, Alex, they will be moving through to the danger zone. Lucis didn't finish bottom of the round, but did come after Scandir, which is not enough. Oh, and Lucis actually will be finishing bottom of the round.
Well,
an unfortunate...
There's another finish line up here.
Oh, wow!
Secret finish line.
Well, I'm glad we got to see it by someone who wasn't getting through anyway, because if anyone else had gone for that secret finish, I don't think they would have been safe from the danger zone.
That's very entertaining.
I'm glad that that's there. It's just a complete trap. Just like, don't go for this.
Yeah,
it's slower than the safe finish, and it's way harder too.
I think it's just there so that if you do completely miss the risky fin, you don't feel too bad about yourself. You know?
It's technically recoverable. Yeah.
I really like this map. I've had a great time this week, and that's a nice last added touch really making me happy with it as well.
It's nice when the mapper includes an Easter egg on what they've worked on. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Worker versus Lucario, currently a tight battle. Scandir is here just to be in the mix and get in everyone's way, have a good time. Lucario, with a rough transition in the middle there, has dropped a little bit further back as Worker does continue to hold on to this lead. No, he doesn't. Scandir has taken it, and that's a rough turn from Lucario. Very wide on the exit, but it does appear to have worked out. It has left him very wide on that exit as well. As he heads into this uphill, needs to get that bug slide, gets it cleanly, but just continues to bleed time to Worker.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lucario, it does look like at least this evening Worker is a fire type, getting that 2x super effective damage, and that is enough to carry him safe from the danger zone. Not in first place. Scandir wasn't going to let that happen. Last minute Scandir pulled ahead, but a very nice performance from Worker. Unfortunately, Lucario will be eliminated, and Yannick and Artis, said and very normally there, Yannick and Artis, they are going to be in the danger zone as we head into the top 4 of tonight's competition.
And importantly, for Worker as well, despite not picking up first place there, having a good round means that he is locked in to the top 3 alongside Scandir. They cannot be overtaken because it is Yannick and Artis who are in the danger zone this round. And it is either, well, 2 more players will be in the danger zone next round. 1 player will guarantee themselves a top 2 with a win in this round.
Could be anyone.
But right now it's Mano e Mano. It is all in on the cage. Worker's dropping to 4th. And, well, this would be a big moment for Yannick if he can lock that in and force Artis and Scandir to battle it out in the danger zone next round. But that's a big crash. And Yannick is DNF'd.
Unfortunate. Now it looks like Artis, Scandir, and Worker are going to be our top 3. Whichever one of them is in first is safe and is through to the final. So that's a pretty good position to get right now. Scandir is pulling ahead of Artis, Worker falling behind even a bit further. Can Artis pull ahead of Scandir and guarantee himself that safe spot in the final? Well, we'll see.
It'll be tough.
Yeah.
Because again, Scandir is on a map where there is time to be found everywhere, and when Scandir needs to find time somewhere and you give him the opportunity, he'll take hours. It's currently several tenths ahead. What is the finish time here for Scandir? Is it quick? It's pretty goddamn quick. That's a 103.7. Has improved the number 2 local record. Hang on a second. Scandir currently does not hold the local record. Sure, Artis and Worker are battling it out right now for the opportunity, the privilege of fighting Scandir. Dark holds the record. That's crazy.
Damn.
Dark got eliminated a while ago.
Yeah, just had 1 good round, it looks like.
1 insanely good round. That's pretty sick.
I'm thinking back on tonight's competition. I'm realizing that there are probably rounds where Scandir could have gone for the weird Easter egg finish and still come comfortably first place.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds correct to me.
Yeah.
But we are in the top 3, and that is Worker dropping a little ways behind. He got a decent couple of transitions in the middle here, though, and manages to gain a bit of speed. That just looked like Artis DCing. I don't think that was a crash.
Yeah. Oh,
but unfortunately, it's a bad DC.
Yeah, that's a DC.
It was not just
and
momentary
Worker,
loss of
now
connection.
both, it appears, going to be moving into our final. Worker does not have to worry about being eliminated this round anymore, and can treat this as a practice run for what it is, which is somehow beating Scandir in this final. Could be done. Right now it looks like it's Scandir's competition, going into this risky fin, which Scandir has proven to be very, very safe at taking. Not that Worker has an issue with it either, but Scandir just picks up that speed earlier in the map and just runs away with it.
He's just improved the local record by 1.5 tenths as well.
Yeah, so look, Worker, you got to pick up 1.5 seconds somewhere if you want to be in Scandir's range. You've got 1 round to do it. That's the luck, buddy.
Dark pops in the sad face in chat as well. Fair enough, I was about to say, if Dark can hold on to that record, if Scandir doesn't beat it, it's a win for everyone else in the server. But he doesn't even leave it to the final round. Secures that the round before, but slow in the start. That pipe was awkward, but it's a full crash from Worker. Feeling the pressure. Seconds behind. That is a brutal respawn that close to the next checkpoint. It is 8 seconds the difference, and
Scandir, if my words can reach you, if anyone can communicate to Scandir for me,
top finish,
please go for the top finish. Please go for it.
Top finish. We gotta see it.
We gotta see it from Scandir. Scandir will redeem himself from being the villain of Mini RPG of the Week if he goes for that top finish.
I don't think he's even a villain. Hang on, did he just reset? Am I crazy? He didn't. No, I don't think so. No. I think I looked away and I was just like, I got excited because I was like, haven't we seen this dragon? He's just so quick around the chart that I thought we'd been here more recently. He's not going to hit the top finish. He will hit the risky finish. Scandir with a 104.3 and his 8th Mini RPG of the week win, tying up with Ice for 3rd place in that race for the top 3 spots and an invite to Mini RPG of the Week Ultimate. Scandir wins again. What else can you say? This
same headline next week, folks.
Same time, same place. He's just so good. It's just such a pleasure to watch. And honestly, on a map like this as well, when it flows, when you get to watch Scandir play that cleanly, it's just a ton of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I talked a bit about like, oh, Scandir, he's the villain in Mini RPG of the Week. Honestly, I mean it in like kind of not even a love to hate villain, like a lovable villain. It's nice to see him performing at top performance.
He's a wrestling heel, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, it's all kayfabe. Like you're just
Exactly.
He's winning too much, and therefore it's fun to say it. But also, it's such a pleasure to see him win because he's so goddamn good.
He's really good at the game, dude.
Like, he saw that track for the first time at this point about an hour ago, and by the end of it, he's beaten the other time by comfortably about 3 seconds.
Yeah, so good luck to anyone who's racing against him. Luckily, we don't have to. We just get to sit here and talk about it.
Well, you say that, but we do have... Well, there's 20 push-ups redeemed, Dylan.
Oh, yeah?
How many of those are we doing each?
Oh, my heart attack. It's arriving. It's 2 minutes late, but it's here now.
All right. In that case, you can compliment Thomas. I'll do 20 push-ups.
I'll do the push-ups. I'll do 40 push-ups.
It's 2 compliments for Thomas now.
2. I think there was one earlier in the night as well. So you get yourself set up for the push-ups, Alex. I will deliver to Thomas 3 push-ups. Oh, we're getting a nice view of the offices right now. Oh, and a compliment for Drizzly Bear as well. Okay, Thomas, first I gotta compliment you on just how easy to pronounce your username is, right? SCZI. Mwah. And there he is, he's going. Thomas, I gotta compliment you on being here to see the feat of physical strength that we are currently watching as Alex does his push-ups. And for your last one, Thomas, I gotta compliment you on having 6 unique letters in your name. There's not a single letter repeated there, so it's pretty good. Compliment for Drizzly Bear. I don't know. Stop raining. You know, drizzle. We don't want to see it, so stop it.
It sounds like I'm not convinced that what I came back to was compliments.
They were compliments.
All right, that's wonderful. Well. I think we're done here. As a reminder, join the Discord, keep an eye out on socials, all of the usual things. There's been links in chat from Nightbot. It's been a good time. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Congratulations to Scandir once again on winning another edition of Mini RPG of the Week. Can he maintain the greater than 50% win record all the way to the end of Season 4?
Probably.
My money's on yes.
Yeah.
And well, you'll just have to come back and see next week.
See you, folks.
Yeah, you might want to get a fast track, but you can't just piggyback. You're braver than you know it. You're stronger than you show it. You're braver than you know it. You're stronger. Before school's gotta get worse, and sometimes it's gonna hurt.